Hi, guys. John, the firearms instructor, and welcome to our live stream. We're live from the range. We're on Facebook tonight, and we are on YouTube, and we are glad you are here. If you have an opportunity, go ahead and comment where you're from. And if this is the first time you're on the live, we would truly appreciate that. We're going to try something here for a second and see if you hear this. Anything? All right, cool. So we got some giggles and laugh track. So I'm promising I won't use it that much. But I am glad you're here. Welcome to our live. And let's give you a round of applause for coming. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So tonight we are going to be discussing a lot of different stuff. But I want to know one thing. Have you put the candy down yet? Have you got out your kids' candy? I know my boys are too old to go trick or treating, but I bought a bunch of candy for the trick or treaters, which I know we weren't going to have. You're not supposed to buy the trick or treat candy that you like. You're supposed to buy the trick or treat candy that you don't like. But I don't follow those rules. So it allows me to have some candy at the house. So I hope you had a great Halloween. I hope you had a great weekend. And I am glad you're here. If you're new to the channel, new to YouTube, who am I? I'm John Johnson. I'm the owner and operator of a firearms training facility in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida. We specialize in new students, teaching them to shoot. We are a gun store, gun range, and training facility, and we are here for you. We do YouTube, we do Facebook, we do Instagram, we do TikTok. But don't look at my dancing. I'm a terrible dancer. I'm a terrible dancer. I think I'm a good dancer, but I'm a terrible dancer. So tonight we're going to be talking about PCC, pistol caliber carbines, and we're going to cover a bunch of stuff this evening. I told you before we're not going to hang out and drag these things on. We did a PowerPoint presentation. I like to say I did one, but Johnny helps me with these each week to make them legit and they look good and they're kind of nice. But we're going to have all the reasons why to have one. Too many people nowadays want that AR for the home, and the AR is something you should have. But shooting an AR inside your home in a defensive situation, it's like putting off flashbangs when you shoot that inside of a location that's closed environment. It's going to be very, very loud. That bullet's traveling somewhere between 29 and 3,200 feet per second, and when you're trying to shoot something in your home at a bad guy with that kind of round, it's very concussion, and it's going to be very loud. It's going to very hurt your ears very badly, and it's probably not something you'd want to recommend as far as that goes. Now we have a few comments here, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these real quick and see what's there real fast. All right, let's see here. All right, what do we got here? We got Dana. Welcome, Dana. Anchorage, Alaska. Woohoo! It's my first time. We're glad you're here. I hope you're warm. Natasha, Mom, Fred. Welcome, Fred. Mark, I'm glad you're here. Oh, where's Mark from? Can't read that. Uh, we have Mark from Mississippi. Sorry, Fred. We got you there. Fred's from Naples, Florida. Welcome, Fred. Fred's been drinking a little bit tonight because he went Baoald, and then he said Naples, Florida. So put down the beer there, Fred. And Miss Pac-Man, Detroit, Michigan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, that's is great. It's great way to that. So I'm going to head over to our presentation this evening. Now we're going to go through the presentation, and then we're going to come back with some Q&A. And obviously, we're going to finish this thing up as well. It probably takes somewhere between, I don't know, 25 and 35 to 40 minutes or so. It's not going to be all night, but we really, truly appreciate you being here. And each week, if you can do this for me and tell somebody about me, or share one of our videos, or send something to one of our friends, we would truly appreciate it very much. And I'll come back and say thank you at the end too as well. But feel free to ask any comments as we're going through, and we'll try to stop and check them every once in a while. I have one of our other guys looking in the back. Sean Shaw, thank you very much from New York. We're glad you're here, Sean. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you for being on the call. We appreciate that. We get a lot more people getting on these calls. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is why we do this. I call it calls all the time. I don't know why I call it calls. I'm used to doing the Zoom calls all the time when I was there. So when I say call, I mean the live. I appreciate that very much. Doesn't actually name. I'll read all the names. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start the presentation, and we're going to talk about. Oh, you know what? I want to tell you one thing. We did a video today on the Smith and Wesson equalizer. And what we did, we took the video when I first did the review on the equalizer, and I physically didn't like it at first. I was shocked. Johnny showed me the video. He goes, you didn't like that gun when we first started. And I went, no, I love that gun. What are you talking about? And he showed me the video, and I gave it an 8. I gave the Smith and Wesson equalizer an 8 and called the Smith and Wesson Shield Plus a 10, like it was like the greatest thing ever. And now I'm telling I hardly ever sell a Shield Plus anymore, and I we mostly sell this Smith and Wesson equalizers. And if you have an opportunity to watch that video, it's kind of funny because in the beginning, I don't know what we were thinking. We're standing in a dark room with a dark camera and a dark everything was black in this thing, and then all of a sudden now we see our videos with the camera and lighting and everything else like that. I told Johnny I'm pretty embarrassed about that video. You know what? The funny thing is that video had like Johnny. What was that video's count now? It was like yeah, that video. I think that video had 66,000 views or something like that. So yeah, 7, 6 or 7. So I'm not really worried about what it was. But I want you to check it out. I want you to see what I say about it. I think it's a good video. I think it's a good video to share with a friend. You got friends out there now that are wanting to get their guns and they're wanting to get a gun and they're wanting to get this, but it's very confusing for them. They're not sure what to get or what to buy or what to do or what to do. That equalizer is the equalizer. It's going to solve all the problems for most people. Whether you're a senior, with racking, it's going to be a problem. Well, that's an easy racking gun. If it's loading, well, they have the Upala loader with them now, so it's very easy to load. Capacity is an issue. Well, it comes if you live in a city or state that allows you high capacity, like Florida. It comes with a 15, 13, and 10. Obviously, if you live in California or other places that have capacity laws, they come with 3 10 round magazines. So it's got plenty of bells and whistles for you without spending a lot of bells and whistles. That's the beauty thing about that. Smith has put together a nice little piece there that's going to give you something you can use for range time, use for home defense, use for carry, and not take up a full paycheck. So check it out. I think you'll like it. I think if you share it with your friends and family, I think that'll help too. All right, so that's enough of that. So let's go ahead and put this screen up and kind of show you this. Should I go on the screen? I'll do my little face down below. How's that? There I am. There I am, little guy down below. So here we go, guys. 10 reasons to have a pistol caliber carbine. If you don't know what a pistol caliber carbine is, basically what it is a rifle that's somewhere between a 16 and it should be 16 inches now. Now they've had a lot of that pistol brace stuff that was putting a lot of rifles in for pistol brace carbines that was giving people the opportunity. But we have the pistol caliber carbines in the 16 inches. That's okay. Anything under 16 inches, you either have to have it just its physical tube itself, if it's an AR-15, or if it's something of an AR platform unit that has to have the buffer tube. If it's something else, you got to be careful of having a brace on a pistol caliber carbine. So we'll talk about that as we go there. That law is being challenged in the court systems every day, but we're morely talking about what it is. And I'm going to show you some pictures of stuff. So let's go to the first screen. Here we go. All right. So if you haven't heard, Smith and Wesson is making a pistol caliber carbine called the Response. This is brand new. This is man, I think honestly this is less than 2 weeks old or if time of this video, it's probably 2.5 weeks old, and I got my hands on one. It's normally hard to get your hands on one, but I have been sweet to one of my distributors, and he's been giving me stuff that's coming off the press pretty early because I told him about our YouTube channel and I wanted to share it with you guys. So that kind of gave us an in with one of my distributors. So check this out. Look how pretty this is. This is an AR platform. Now, we actually put a red dot on this when we did our review on this, and there's one on our channel with a review of this product, me shooting it. I think at the time I had put somewhere between 250 and 500 rounds through this thing, and I used 115s, I used hollow points, I used 124s. I had some 147 subsonics. I put a lot of different rounds to this, and it ran flawlessly, which I was pretty impressed with. Because, when you get a new rifle, you're not sure how it's going to work or what it's going to do. It's got all the platform pieces you need. It has the AR platform handle. It's got the stock that's adjustable on the backside. This is a 16-inch barrel. It's a 110 rifling. It's threaded, which is kind of a cool little deal. If you look at that magazine looks kind of long because it is. It's 23 rounds. You get two 23 rounds in it. What's cool about the pistol caliber carbines, no matter which manufacturer you choose, it's a versatile performance, which means it's going to give anybody in the house that has a shoulder and a trigger finger can be accurate with these weapons. It bridges the gap between a pistol and a rifle. If you think about if you had a Smith and Wesson full size rifle or a Glock 19, then you could use this weapon. What does that mean? Because that receiver that you see with the magazines hanging out, Smith and Wesson did a program with Glock, and you can this thing comes with a Glock receiver as well. So you take the Smith and receiver out, put the Glock receiver in, and now you're shooting Glock 19, Glock 17s. And the cool thing is that this is the same caliber that's going in your handgun. What's that? Yeah. So we're gonna keep going and give you the idea of that. All right. So here we go again. This is if I was you, if you came to me today and you said I want to get in this pistol caliber carbine, but I don't have a ton of money, and I would tell you that the high point's probably the most cost effective entry level pistol caliber carbine, PCC. The reason why is High Point put together a gun many years ago, the High Point pistols, that takes a lot of beating and a lot of bad press. But most people who are giving the carbine itself bad or the pistol from High Point bad press is the people who've never shot one. We stock them in our store. We believe in them. The cool thing about the High Point carbine is they come in 9 millimeter, they come in 380, they come in 40, they come in 45, they come in 10 millimeter, they come in all kinds of colors. They come in flag and camo and red dot, no red dot, scope, no scope. I mean, they have so many different styles you can go with. If I was going to uh, pick apart the high point, one of the challenges of the high point more than anything else is that it's very hard to take down and clean. And that's one of the bad scenarios. The great thing about high point carbines and the high point pistol, they are designed to be to run dirty. They're not really designed to be run clean. And this, if you look at the back side of this stocks on this carbine here, it has 3 or 4 spring-loaded um, springs on there, so when you go to put that on your shoulder, it's not kicking the crap out of you. Now, most of your handgun calibers are not going to be bad. You get to that 45 and you get to that 10 millimeter, it can be a little more thumpy, but most of them are designed to be less recoil management, especially with the PCC. Enhance accuracy. One of the greatest things ever about when you think about anything you could put your on your shoulder and stare down the barrel, you're going to be a lot more accurate on it than you would be with your hands. Your hands, a pistol is probably the hardest thing to teach you to shoot, where a rifle is pretty easy to shoot, whether you're right-handed, right eye dominant, or left-handed, left eye dominant. Getting that gun, look staring down the center of the barrel, and engaging, you're going to be a lot more accurate. Rifle-like design, the PCC makes it easier to be accurate, and that's the whole idea of a defensive weapon is to be able to be accurate with a gun and be able to hit what you're aiming at. All right, let's hit the next one. Oh wow, that's this right here, guys, is Smith and Wesson's first PCC. This was called the FPC. If you look about mid center of this gun, there's a little switch. And I did a review on this one too. In the PCC market, there's only a few foldable rifles, and Keltec makes one, and then there's a few takedowns, but truly foldable that I can think of. If you guys think of another foldable one besides these two, let me know. Is the Smith and Wesson FPC. Now, the Smith and Wesson FPC is a 16-inch barrel like before. If you look there in the stock itself, it's got two 23 round magazines back there, and it has one 17 rounder that comes with. Now, it doesn't come with the red dot you see on there. We put this red dot on there to take the picture. But the idea of it being a smaller pistol sized caliber and a large rifle sized frame, shooting a PCC feels like nothing. It makes it almost recoil non-existent. It recoil management on most of your carbine rifles, even with the 223, it's very little recoil. Now the 223, basically, when you get into those 8 and 5 and 7 inch barrels, they're flamethrowers, man. They actually put out some flame, man. Where this nines, they don't really shoot, because keep in mind you're shooting a what's that? Okay, I'll take my face cam off. Recoil manage. Thank you, Johnny. I'll take my face off. Recoil management. So you get down to it, man. I mean, these things don't kick at all, anyways. And if you're holding the gun properly, it's not kicking either. But in the realm of things, if you're putting somebody in a smaller statue or some woman or anybody else like that that needs to protect themselves, accuracy becomes one of the most important things about that more than it is recoil management, because technically in a high defense situation, you're not worried about any of that stuff. You just want to be able. And the cool thing about a red dot on these weapons is all you got to do is keep both eyes open and find the dot and put it on the bad guy or put it on the target itself, and it makes all the difference in the world. So if you get an opportunity to watch the video that we did on the FPC, I was very impressed with this gun. And we've sold a bunch of these, and they are part of that thing. And the cool thing about this gun, the rifle, is it comes in a gray bag, and that gray bag has no logos, nothing that says it's a firearm. It doesn't even look like a firearm bag at all. It just looks like a simple little travel bag, and that's the cool thing. Smith did really, really good on that. I was very impressed with that, because Ruger's made a couple of take apart rifles. We're going to show you one here in a few minutes here, but all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. Can I show it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here's that bag, guys. The bag itself gives you the ability to wrap it in there. It's kind of cool. No logos. Look at that thing. So it just looks like an overall little bag that you're going to carry. In today's market, where the world is getting crazy, you don't want people to know what you got, and that's an easy way to carry it. And Smith put that all together, so you can even put a pistol in there. So let me go back to my display. Very good. So the cool thing about this too is because it's Smith and Wesson, if you're able to get yourself any full size 2.0 Smith and Wesson compact, Smith and Wesson full size, the metal They all take the same magazines, guys. So now you got a rifle and a pistol that takes the same magazines, which should be universal as well. We're going to talk about this again somewhere along the line. Remember, the cowboys in the movies and the cowboys of the Wild West did not have 9 millimeter in their belt and 40 caliber in their rifle. They all had the same bullet in the rifle and the carbine at the same. Their rifle and their handgun took the same bullets, and that was the cool thing about that. So they knew that it was easier for the cowboy to carry the same rounds for each gun. It made it simple and easy, and it'd be as simple and easy for you guys as well. So that's a kind of a cool little feature. Get a chance or opportunity. If you're local, we got one of these on the wall. Come by, check it out, put some rounds down range, see if it's something you want to add to your portfolio. If you are not local, you can watch some of our videos, and probably most likely any gun range in your area worth their weight in salt is going to have one of these on the wall to let people try. All right, so many PPCs come in multiple different calibers. Now, I want to be very careful to understand that we're just showing you a picture here and ammunition compatibility that talks about handguns versus rifles taking the same rounds. Now, this is a Chris Vector. Now, this has been out a long time, and these are considered pistols. But this has a little brace on there. You know, the brace rules themselves have been changing up and down, up and down. At this point in time, because this barrel is an 8-inch barrel, and it has that little brace assembly on there. I would not consider this legal at this point in time because they're still doing the challenges of the brace laws. But if you took that back piece off there, it's just a pistol at that point in time, and they use a lot of their abilities to use some straps to keep that gun level when you're shooting. You can put two hands on and push it out in front of you. Because it's shooting 9 mm. My buddy had one of these that was white. We called it the Stormtrooper. It was 45 ACP, which is already a bullet that shoots below 1,000 feet per second. And we put a can on that thing, which was pretty cool. And at that point in time, we were shooting this outdoors with no earmuffs on and just having a blast. But that's what it sounded like. All you heard was the gun itself reacting back and forth, the action going back and forth. You heard no, it was like the movies almost, guys. It was pretty cool. So they come in all different price. Now, I've showed you through four different PPCs so far. This one right here is more expensive than the other ones already, guys. So you're starting to get Chris Vectors or kind of high end products there. All right. Training efficiency. Most PPCs are compatible with other pistols and magazines. This makes training easier since you can use the same magazine as in your pistol, which is pretty cool. Now, here is a picture of the Sub 2000. Now, the Sub 2000 was one of the first unique foldable carbines, and they were very hot at one time. Everybody wanted them, and it was hard to even get a hold of one of them, to be honest with you. And it was kind of one of those deals. Now these come in different manufacturers. Caltech did their homework as well, so they make it in Smith and Wesson. They do make it in Beretta sometimes, and they do make it in Glock. And the Glock's probably the most popular one that they sell. And they come in nines and 40s. I haven't seen much in different calibers than that. Go ahead and comment below if you know if they make any other calibers than that. That would help me out tremendously if you knew if they made a different caliber in the. But one thing I would tell you about the Keltec model is it folded in half. But if you look about midway half there, there is a sight on the front and there is a sight in the middle. And that sight in the middle is a little tiny orifice, and that's in the way if you wanted to put some kind of red dot on there. If you put some kind of red dot on there, you could not fold it closed. So they make a 45-degree rail that puts the red dot on the side of the frame. So what you would do is you would aim the weapon for long distance using your shoulder and that orifice in your front post. But when you want to use a red dot, you would turn the gun a little sideways and use a pistol 45 Pistol 45-degree red dot on there and would allow you to use that as well. But you are correct about using the same magazine that goes in your gun. Your pistol can go into this weapon as well. Again, great travel guns because they were able to store it in the car. And in case you got in a situation, it'd be very easy for you to get into that. And now you're getting a little bit more accurate, getting those accurate shots downrange, especially in a perimeter situation or you're in a city dwelling or anything else like that where when rounds are being shot at you or lobbed at you at different distances, you can be a lot more accurate than you can with a handgun at that point in time. But this is the Caltech Sub 2000. All right, here we go. Customization. Look at this thing. This is a wow. This is the Sig MPXK, and now we're getting up in price again and again and again. This has got all the bells and whistles you can see on here. We put a brace back on there. Obviously, these brace you need to check the laws in your location in your area. Make sure braces right now are still challenging, but I wanted to just show you what people have on this and what's able to be here. This one here most likely would have to be licensed as a short barrel rifle because of this, where you see the SIG MPXK. That's a hand grip, and that hand grip could not go on this gun unless it was customized to a short barrel rifle at that point in time because the hand grip itself makes it different. Now these are dumb rules that that people have made. This is a rifle, this is a pistol kind of deal, and we're not going to get into the caveat of that. One of the challenges of most of them where Glock got involved in the Keltec, you can use Glock. But these all take proprietary mags, and when you get into proprietary mags, they got you. It's the cheap ink, guys. If you ever go buy a printer, don't buy a cheap printer. Because cheap printers means expensive ink. And this is sort of what they do here. They sell you the gun and they got their proprietary mag that only their mag fits, and that becomes somewhat of a challenge. What Ruger and Smith and Caltech, they all say, hey Glock, we want to make a receiver that'll fit our product. Will you let us? And what did Glock say? Yes, of course you can, because that means more Glock mags being sold. So that's kind of cool. Because Glock really, in the realm of battle mags, Glock's got it because they've got the 33 round sticks. And the 33 round sticks, most of the manufacturers, now Smith's got their 23s, which is pretty cool, but 23 ain't 33. So 10 more is 10 more. So having the battle mags is kind of cool. And that's what Glock did with those big sticks. So what do we got on this? Let's see. We've got the hand grip down below. We've got the laser flashlight. We got the flip up sights. We've got the red dot. We've got that adjustable stock on the back, the blade on the back. It looks like it's got a clip for a some kind of strap or something like that. Pretty customized all the way out. This is really cool, but really expensive. So kind of keep that in mind too. Many PCCs are highly customizable, allowing for you to have the unique features that you want. So pretty cool there. That's a pretty awesome looking piece. All right. Good thing I don't fall in love with guns. I never sell any of them. All right. Okay. Competition. Competition and match. Competitive. What? What is this? What's the word? Competition and match. Most of these hobby shooters won't have to worry about participating in competition. PPCs can provide fun of the rifle competition without the price of the rifle ammo. Yeah, that's true. Well, check this thing out. It's got the skeletonized blue backdrop there. It's got the blue handle skeletonized. It's all blued out, blue front, stainless steel. This is Lead Star Arms Prime 9. These are great little pieces. It gives you all the bells and whistles. Looks like it takes a Glock magazine. Man, there are so many parts and pieces that you can get for one of these FPCs that I mean, the PCCs, you can make it your own. We like pink, they got pink. You like green, they got green. They like black, they got black. They can add. You can add even a lot of this stuff because they are on a platform of a AR-15. A lot of the pieces and parts of the AR-15 will fit directly on this. Only difference with an AR and an AR 223 or 5.56, those are gas impingement systems where a 9 millimeters a blowback model, and it has to be it uses the inertia of the bullet to put another bullet in there. It's spring loaded, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a cool little use. But that's pretty cool. I don't know why John picked blue today. He should have done red. But that has a stainless steel barrel in there. That's got all the bells and whistles. That's awesome. Very nice. All right, so here's where most of the stuff happens, and most people are buying guns today for perimeter use and home defense use, and you do not want to use a 223 inside your. Now, let's take this back. I don't want to say you don't want to use it. If that's all you have, use it. If that's all you have, use it. But the problem with the 223 shooting it indoors, it's traveling about 3,200 feet per second. It's shooting a very small projectile. That projectile will go through a lot of stuff, but it fragments very hard. And when it fragments, it's going to go all over the place. And when you're shooting a rifle like that inside a building, the 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 concussion of this going off inside a car or it ain't like the movies, guys. It's going to be problematic, ear busting. You are going to be you. It's very noticeable when you're shooting a 223 versus a 9, especially if you don't have your muffs on to begin with, and then decide go into a confined space. PPCs allow the use of hollow points, which is less penetration than a standard bullet. If you look at these pictures, what's a hollow point going to do? It's not going to travel through a bunch of walls. It's not going to travel through a bunch of other soft targets before it gets to what it needs to get to. And this is why penetration is so important when you're thinking about that. Because if you're using a weapon, remember, you're responsible for your bullet until it hits the ground. What you hurt, maim, kill, paralyze, you're civilly, criminally, and morally responsible for it. Shooting a 223 or a 5.56 that is in the same frame style, it's going to be a lot more louder and it's going to be a bigger boom. It's going to be a real challenge. So we're using the hollow point. It's highly, most of these guns, most of these PPCs will shoot hollow points all day long, which is what you want because when a hollow point hits a bad guy, it stops the penetration in the first 5.5 inches of the body. So you're not getting that pass through like you would anything else. So there is a true benefit for using something like this on top of anybody in the home that needed to. Obviously, we assume big boy's going to be home when you need him, but there may not be a big boy at home. There maybe it's just you, and at that point in time, having something that can put the bad guy or put the situation on your favor is what you want to do, and you can't know a gun's going to shoot hollow points until you shoot them through them. And that's kind of one of those things where most of your weapons nowadays, especially uh, the pistol caliber carbines, are designed to shoot hollow points first. They're not designed to shoot ball hammer. They're designed for defensive purposes, and that's the cool thing about that. All right. So here's another thing now, suppressor friendly firearms. Now, there's a lot of ropes and things you got to get through there, but most of your PPCs are suppressor friendly. Now, that means that with the correct licenses, you can equip your unit with a suppressor that makes it very quiet, which might be useful than you think. Yeah, because imagine if you shoot a shotgun in the middle of your living room, it's going to be ear busting. The flash of that gun's going to blind you, and then your heartbeat's going to be of 160, 180 beats a minute. Well, what happened? There's more than one guy, and because your ears are ringing, you can't hear him sneaking up on you. So the suppressed unit is going to be a lot easier, but you just can't go out and buy a suppressor. There's a lot of paperwork involved in that, and it puts you more on the list, if I would say so, because now you have to do paperwork on that suppressor because that's a class three option for you, which is going to have to pay a $200 stack tax stamp as well as wait the year to get it before you have it. So, and the cans are cool and neat, and they are available. And the guns, most of them do come with the ability to be suppressed, but it is an option to be suppressor friendly, which is pretty awesome. Now, I have you're not anything you shoot over 1,000 feet per second out of a can is going to make a snap anyways due to because of the speed of sound. You're breaking the speed of sound, it's going to break the sound barrier. But if you're buying 147 grain bullets, it's going to be movie quiet, so you wouldn't have a problem with that. But in the long run, now you only can shoot 147. So what if you run out of 147s? The suppressor's not going to work as well. It'll work. It's just going to crack a little bit more than normal. But you see, this is an AK frame, uh, chambered in 9 millimeter, which is they have those as well. Now this is a short barrel rifle again, due to the fact that we were just showing you different styles and everything else like that, because it has the brace on the back there. But if that brace was not there, you could surely just shoot this thing as a pistol. No issue with that. I mean, they've done their talks about the red dots being on there, charging, and it being the intent of the rifle is to be shouldered, especially when it has a red dot on there. So they're working on all that stuff. They're still the rules are being changed every day on that, and they're trying to straighten them out. But as it sits right now, anything pistol wise under 16 inches, we want to be very careful when you put any kind of brace or anything like that on there because they are still illegal as far as what the states are saying at this point. And the third, I mean, and the last is the fun factor, man. Look at that guy. He looks like he's having fun, right? There's no secret that shooting any firearm is fun, but when you with the low recoil, this is the cool thing, man. I put little kids on these guns. I put old people on these guns, the women, men, people in wheelchairs. I mean, they are easy to shoot. And this is something that you might think about because in the long run, recoil management builds flinch, and flinch is one of the things we need to stop. So, any firearm is fun, but with low recoil, rifle style frame, the PPCs are a dream to shoot, man, and they truly are. If you get an opportunity to stop by here, we've got them on the wall, and we let people shoot them all the time, just for the purpose of letting you see that you could start collecting your pennies to add one of these to your portfolio because it is something that should be there and we always one of the funniest things ever when people come in and go, "This is the last whatever I'm gonna buy," and we all giggle at them because they're gonna be coming back and back and get more and more. It's part of that deal. All right, let's see here. In conclusion, there they are. There's a bunch of pictures here. Oh, Johnny's got a couple good ones on here. This one, okay, second row, to the right. No, I don't know how to say this. Wait. From conclusion, if you look at the screen, it's the one three down on first and the first row from my right. Basically, that's the Ruger PPC. That's the takedown. There's the high point again. There is looks like there is a 9 millimeter Diamondback on there. There's a couple of 9 millimeter. Most of them are all set up about the same. Johnny flipped a couple of them. That's pretty cool. But most of them are taking the Glock mags, which is pretty awesome as well. With these 10 compelling reasons highlighting the benefit of pistol caliber carbine, it's no wonder that these firearms are increasingly becoming the favorite choice among gun enthusiasts worldwide. Now, does a pistol caliber carbine take the place of an AR-15? According what you want to do with the AR-15. If you're buying the AR-15 like most people are because you want to make sure that you have something that's going to carry some high velocity and fast matching bullets to the bad guys, then that's probably okay. But if you're looking for something internally primitive and being able to use for your perimeter home defense, as well as ease of shoot and not gonna break the bank, probably the PPC is probably your better choice, especially nowadays, because most people are buying those AR-15s for one reason and one reason only, and we all know what that is. When someone tells you you can't have something, that's the first thing you want. So I'm willing to leave it at that, if that makes sense. I know, but let's come out of this screen here real quick and go back to my beautiful face. Okay, so that being said, we had a great little thing there. I could tell you that there's a lot of benefits for having it. I'd like to hear from you guys and tell me what you're thinking. Is it something that you want to add to your list? Is there some questions that you have about them? Is it something that you think that you could want to add to your portfolio, or any other questions out there? What's up? Oh, Aaron Breeze is on the call. Hey, what's up, Breezy? Glad you're here, buddy. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you the other day, man. You cut your hair, so it's kind of like it shocked the hell out of me. I was not. This guy's normally his hair is long, red, and it was down to his shoulders. And the man came up clean and skinny, man. He clean, skinny, he looked thin, and he cut all of his hair off. So I was kind of shocked there. So it's kind of one of those deals. I'm glad you're on the phone call there, buddy. I'm glad you're here for the recall. All right, so let's see here. Any comments from me, guys? Going once, going twice. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here this evening. I'm glad you came to the call. I'm glad we consistently had 19 people on. So I this is a victory for me. I I started this thing out. I think the very first one we did, we had four people on there, and two of them didn't count. I don't even see Miss Johnson on the call tonight, and normally she's one of the ones here. So I've got a few on here. I don't. No, Miss Johnson didn't show up tonight. Boy, that's terrible. My own wife doesn't watch my stuff. That's terrible. But I'm glad you're here. Okay, so we got a few here. Let's see what's going on. Answer before the lowest price PPC. Okay, so let's go here. We've got, let's show this question here. All right, you may have answered this before, but what's the lowest price PPC that you would consider someone buying? I did answer that, but we can go back and talk about it. And it would be the high point. Now, I don't have a high point in stock at this point in time, but they are sub 400, according to what you get on it. So pretty reasonable and very reliable, very reliable. So that's a great question. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're here. Okay. And then Pete just said it's great video. Okay, let's put this up here. Okay, great video. I'm definitely looking to get one of these. Oh, I'm glad you do, Pete. I'm glad you are, man. Uh oh, now I got in trouble. Look at this. I'm here. Miss Johnson's watching. I apologize, baby cakes. I'm glad you're on the phone call. Thank you. Why I say phone call all the time? I'm such an idiot. On the live, I appreciate you being here. Thank you, honey. I love you very much. I'll see you in a little while. All right. Let's see what else we got. Um, Aaron. All right, so I saw this. It says, Mark, you said, what caliber does this come in? And I'm not exactly sure when you did this. So, um, was it? Can you comment back, Mark, and let me know which one you were talking about? Most of them all come in nine. Oh, the high point slide? High If you ask during the high point slide, they come in all kinds of calibers. They start at 380 and go all the way to 10 millimeters. So it is a all different the 380 45 is very popular. They have it in 40. They have it in 10 millimeters. I've seen it in 380 before too, guys. So they have it in different styles. Thank you, Mark. All right. All right. So there we go. That was good questions. Thank you. So let's go look here. Make sure there's no pomegranate pistols and pickleball. Lovely channel. Thank you very much, man. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you being on the phone call as well. Thank you very much. If you know anybody that wants to learn from the best, well, I won't say the best, but I hate to be that way. My mom said it was the best, so learn from me. I would appreciate it very much. You guys are so awesome to me. I think we still have. What was it? Propaganda. I just say. I don't have my glasses. My glass. You know I can't read. All right, so let's go to let's show you this thing here again. I wanted to give you that opportunity one more time. We do have our swag. We're trying to get some of our shirts gone so we can actually order more shirts. And we're giving you that secret 20 for 20% off any of our swag that we have in our store. So if you have an opportunity you'd like to support us, that way you can. We do have our membership set up through here for $2.99. You can always sign up to support us in that way as well. And on top of that, if you don't have that ability, just you being here on this live every week and sharing and watching our videos is support enough, guys. So we appreciate that. Natasha's mom is at home watching me. Hello, Mama. How are you, sweetheart? And this is Natasha, and she is our biggest fan, and we appreciate it very much. And Mama, you put down that candy. You're not supposed to have that. You know that Halloween was last week, not this week. If you guys missed the Halloween special, you got to watch it because I was dressed up to the T, had my tie on and had my clown face on. Johnny made me dress like a clown, so he calls me a clown all the time, but I actually got to be a clown. So that was kind of one of those deals. Let's give you a giggle on that. Yeah. All right. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry about propaganda, pistols, and pickleball. I apologize. You be careful that pickleball, man. I know everybody out there loves that pickleball, but there's more people getting hurt pickleballing than anything else. So you be careful there. Pickleball and gun ranges. I don't know, man. The pickleball. I'm three of my friends blew out their ACLs playing pickleball. That's supposed to be this easy sport. These old people get out there and start playing that and start hurting themselves. It's a bad scenario. That's like that softball league. Everyone gets out there and plays that softball and gets hurt. Uh, that was awesome. I apologize for tongue tying that all to pieces, man. I apologize. All right, so let's go up and say goodbye to everybody. Dana, we're glad you're here. We appreciate it very much. She was from Anchorage, Alaska. That's pretty far there. That's probably the best so far. I haven't got one from overseas, but that's pretty damn close because it's pretty far from here. We appreciate you being there. This is what's so impressive about doing this stuff. Each week we get so many people on these calls that we physically, wouldn't even have been touching at one time or another, and now we are. So we appreciate Natasha and Natasha's mama. Thanks again for being on the call. Fred, always, buddy. Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here, my friend. Mark from Mississippi, thank you very much. We appreciate you very much. Mr. Pac Man, thank you from Detroit. We appreciate you being there. All right. We're going to keep going down the pipeline here. There we go. Mark, we appreciate that. Appreciate that. Sean, thank you very much. Go down. And Mr. Breezy, we're glad you're on the here tonight. We appreciate that very much. Mama Johnson, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it. Papa, Papa Granite, Papa Granite Pistols and Pickleball. We're glad you're here. Larry McDonald, thank you, Larry. God bless you, buddy. We're glad you're on the call. Larry's about been one of our most loyal guys. Has been on like Natasha every week. He's been watching. Met Larry many months ago, doing these things, and he's been such a blast for us. He's been he's been buying and through all of our videos and been shooting, and he's just comes down and he's a great guy. We appreciate you being here, Larry. Thank you very much, buddy. All right, let's see what Dana has to say. Dana. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was a hey, you're the YouTube guy. Thank you for the casting. I run an FFL here, and my folks watch you and learn some more. See you in January when I come down. Oh, cool. We'd love to see you. Awesome. That'd be awesome. Come by and shoot with us. We'd love to have you. Love to have you. Love to have you. Maybe we could do a split little one of these lives with you from up there and here, and that way we can talk about what it's like to be in Alaska and selling firearms. That'd be awesome. We'd love to do that. Check with us when you get back. All right, we're gonna give it up. It's 51. So anybody else want to talk about it? Any questions you have? How about this? What videos are you looking for us to do? This is always something we do this channel for you guys. You know, I love it. And my wife says I love watching myself, but I try to put out what I want to give to you guys because this is what you get. I'm not a this is me. I mean, I love the whole point of being here. We have people shooting in the back. I apologize if you hear that noise. We are a live range and we do shoot, and it's part of that. If they're here shooting, I'm making money. So, and I'm able to do this is what I love. But if there's any videos you guys want to see or anything you haven't learned yet, or you want to learn, or you're having problems with, I always want to help you with it so much. So, get an opportunity to let your friends and family know about our place. We appreciate it very much. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, which I'm pretty sure you all have, make sure you do, guys, because it makes supports us so much, so much. We truly appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna play out the outro music as we go here, and we're gonna get the heck out of here because it is Tuesday night. You know what Tuesday night means? Tuesday night is tacos night. So let me first go off by giving you guys a cheer for being here tonight. We appreciate it very much. All right. You know you guys are awesome.
Awesome.
And thanks for giving us a shot. I should get this toy out. I'm so terrible. So let's go ahead and do the outro and play the video for the outro. And we're out the door here, guys, because the Tuesday night is taco night, and taco night is where we're going. I'm gonna get Mama, and we're gonna go eat some tacos at one of our favorite taco restaurants. So out we go. Until next time, guys.